So this video you should watch following the order of operations lesson video, because this video is going to give you examples and walk you through how to simplify those examples of order of operations problems. What you should notice about this video is that all of the order of operations problems that you're going to be simplifying only have positive integers. So you're not going to see any fractions, you're not going to see any negative integers. It's just focusing on making sure that you can simplify the steps of order of operations without getting bogged down in any other things like simplifying integers, like operations with fractions. So when you're doing this, when you're watching this video, it's probably best that you get out a sheet of paper, write down the problem, do it by yourself, and then press play. So you're going to be pausing the video right before I start solving it. At that point, you can fast forward the video to the answer, make sure your answers are correct, and then you don't have to really watch me simplifying it, unless you got the answer wrong. If your answer is wrong, then you have to go back through the video and actually match my steps step by step to make sure that your steps match my steps. But if you take the problem and you simplify it and you get the right answer, there's no reason for you to watch the entire simplification, my simplification of the video. So if I'm walking through order of operations, I'm going to first focus on parentheses. The reason why the parentheses in this case are brackets is because if you look inside parentheses, or inside those brackets at that set of parentheses, it'd be a bit confusing if both parentheses were the same or both grouping symbols were the same type of parentheses. So we changed the parentheses, but we're still going to work inside the brackets. Inside the brackets, we're going to follow order of operations. So I'm just working within these right now, focusing on that. I'm going to go ahead and look, and I'm going to say there are no more parentheses within those brackets. There are no exponents. Now I'm going to do multiplication and division from left to right. Notice I'm going to use my little caret symbol. 48 divided by 6 is 8. Now I'm going to go ahead and continue within those brackets. I'm rewriting everything as is. It may take a little while, but at least my work is organized and I know that I didn't miss anything. Now I'm going to go through and do the multiplication. Notice my brackets are still in place because I'm not going to drop those brackets until there's only one number within those parentheses or in those brackets. 62 minus 16, if I need to do a little side work, then go ahead and do a little side work. I don't care how long it takes you to do these problems. I just want to make sure that you get the right answer. And at this point, I could drop the brackets because 46 is just one number and it's within parentheses. It doesn't really matter. You leave the brackets if you'd like. It doesn't mean anything in this case. There's just one number between them. And then my final step is 14 plus 46, which is going to give me a final answer of 60. My second problem, hey, those brackets are back for the same reason. That represents multiplication. So I'm going to focus within those brackets and I'm going to do order of operations within those brackets. So I'm going to forget about the 3 squared right now because I need to focus on that set of parentheses. Within the set of parentheses, I'm going to go ahead and do order of operations. There are no parentheses within the parentheses except for that 4, but that is not the parentheses step. Now there's no exponents. Now I'm going to do multiplication and division from left to right. Notice I still rewrite everything. Okay, it helps me organize my work. Now I'm going to do multiplication because it was multiplication and division from left to right. Now I do addition and subtraction from left to right. So if I need, again, if I need to do 32 minus 18 as a little side note, I can go ahead and do that. Still rewriting everything. Now I say, okay, 14 plus 6 is 20. I've done everything inside parentheses. Now I go ahead and do the 3 squared. And my final answer squished in there is 29. If you're looking at a division problem, it's a really, really complex division problem where both the numerator and the denominator need simplification in order to come to just one number in the numerator and just one number in the denominator. The way that these types of problems work is you're going to treat the numerator as if it had grouping symbols around it. And then you're going to treat the denominator as if it had grouping symbols around it. So you're going to simplify the numerator first, And then you're going to simplify the denominator second, or vice versa. It doesn't really matter which one you do first. But you're going to simplify both of those expressions down to just one number. So let's focus on the numerator first. When we're looking at the numerator, we're going to notice that 2 to the third is an exponent, so that's going to come first because there is no parentheses. Notice I'm writing everything else as is, so I keep my work organized. I go through and I say, okay, they're multiplication and division from left to right. I write everything down. Addition and subtraction from left to right. I write everything down. And then my numerator simplifies to 12. Now I'm going to focus on my denominator. Again, I'm going to do exponents first because there are no parentheses, and I'm going to write everything else as it is. Now I'm going to do multiplication and division from left to right. And again, I still have a division left, so I need to do that. And when I simplify 16 minus 4, I end up getting 12. So my numerator simplifies to 12 and my denominator simplifies to 12. And then my very final step here is to actually divide those two numbers so I get an answer of 1. Notice that it is important to organize your work. It is important to show all your work. And it's important to understand that when you have a complex division problem where a numerator has more than one term, more than one operation, that you have to treat it as if it's in grouping symbols.